Hey guys, what's going on? Jimmy's Plumber here, back again with another awesome video. And in today's video, we will be unboxing and reviewing the TicWatch Pro. It is a premium smartwatch able to be connected through 4G LTE. Now, the nice thing about having a connected smartwatch is that when you are away from your smartphone, you're still able to get all of your calls and text messages. Now, I'm familiar with TicWatch. I already just reviewed their TicWatch S2 about 2 weeks ago. It is a smartwatch that is operated by Wear OS, and it's a great watch for under $200. So if you do want to check out that review, I'll place the link below this video for the TicWatch S2. Now this one is a pro version, so it has just a few more added features, and a couple of them I am super excited to test out and see exactly how they work. So some of the main features or selling points of this watch is not only is it connected by 4G LTE, but it is also having a dual layered display. Now the dual layered display, as what I'm looking on the internet right here, is you basically have a essential mode and then a smart mode. The smart mode is something that will last you about 2 or 3 days, but the essential mode almost kind of looks like like a Kindle, like one of those e-displays. It actually has a display on here that is called FSTN LCD display, which is able to get you up to 30 days in the essential mode. So opening up this box, this one is the black version right here, and so this is what she looks like. It actually looks really nice. Also, I do like the buttons right here versus the TicWatch S2. They were just something that was a little bit more flat, but so far it is looking good in the design area. So let's get this off of the little cardboard. Now this one is a really nice lightweight silicone rubber wristband. So this is actually very similar to what I do use on my TicWatch or on my Galaxy S3 Frontier. And actually when you look at the two of these, they look pretty similar, except for this one will have the rotating bezel and this one does not have the rotating bezel. So let's take this one off. Let's see if we can power this on. Okay guys, so where we last left off, we unboxed and opened the TicWatch Pro connected version, and this watch just came out yesterday, and as of recording this video right now, there is a sale going on the Mobvoi website, which I'm looking at it right over here, and I will be placing this link below the video inside the description. So if you are interested in this watch, which I do have to say at the very beginning, I do really like this watch. It is much improved versus the TicWatch S2 and everything else, but it ends in 23 hours, and you're able to get it at a discount, saving $120, and so it brings the price down to $279, which honestly, $280, $300 is the price that this thing should be at. So I'd have to say that that $400 price point at the original price point is actually a pretty steep number. But other than that, there's a lot of amazing functions and features with this watch, and so we'll actually kind of move over and pop into that. So this right here, the link will be below the video inside the description if you guys are interested in this, at getting it at a very good deal of $280. Now the other thing I do want to show you is all the different features that is a part of this watch, and some of these I will kind of talk about why they could be my favorite versus some of the other watches. So first off, this one does have the cellular connectivity, so you are able to be connected through the Verizon 4G LTE network. As of right now, in the recording of this video, you're not able to get it connected just yet, but you would be able to use it as the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi connections. But once the compatibility with it being connected through 4G LTE is available through Verizon, then you will be able to get it connected from day one when they launch that. Now it does have a premium design. It's thinner and it's lighter. So really, when you look at the TicWatch S2, which is on the left-hand side, that white watch, versus the TicWatch Pro, the connected version, it does look to be a little bit thinner. But I do have to say that when you compare it over into the Galaxy, the Gear Frontier, this one's a little bit more fat. So I can see that they can lose a little bit of fat around the edges here. But it does have a pretty good battery. It's a pretty large battery, and it does have 2 different modes for the watch faces. So it's a dual layered watch that you're able to have it either in the normal smart mode, which is it's a smart watch. It'll last you 2 or 3 days in battery life, or you can put it into essential mode, which is what you're seeing right here. Essential mode is basically a layer of screen, which if I was to move on back, let me show you a couple images here. So with this image here, it shows you to the 2 to 30 days of battery. It's a layered display. You have your essential mode on the top with the smart mode on the bottom. Now how it works is that it's using a FSTN screen. Now I did a little bit of research because I wanted to know exactly what FSTN means, and so right over here, FSTN is a type of display that's used in GPS's, security systems, dashboards, and high-end coffee makers. The quick facts on this one, which it is actually called the film super twisted pneumatic fluid. So it's about 12% more expensive than TN. So at least we're happy and we know the fact that Mobvoi did not go on the cheap end of these type of screens, and they gave us the one that makes it just a little bit sharper contrast and wider viewing angles. So really when you go through here, you can kind of see some of the other displays that it would be used on. Some of the benefits is that it enhances the professional look of your product, so it's easy to read and provides very sharp contrast. The fluid allows for super wide viewing angles, and really that's pretty much about it. Now, when you compare it to the normal TN, this one's a lower cost of the three. So there's three different ones: TN, STN, and FSTN. So this one is good at colder temperatures. It has a smaller viewing angle, and it's not as sharp as the FSTN, which actually is inside of this watch. So it makes it very easy to see it. You can see it in the nighttime. You can see it in the daytime. You can see it in a normal room lighting. You can see it also in the direct sunlight. Now, these little TN screens, the cheaper versions, they are used at gas pumps, which you got to think that's everywhere. They also have digital clocks and pagers, and really those don't have to be as clear as some of the other stuff that would be using the FSTN. Now, there's a lot of stuff that's going on here. Some of it could be going over the head. It goes over my head, but reading this just makes it just a little bit easier for me to understand. Now, it will last you when you go into this essential mode. So this one right here is what essential mode looks like. It shows you everything that is just essential: the time, the date, your steps, and then if it was recording your heart rate at that moment in time, it'll show you your heart rate. And then down here is the battery gauges. Now, this watch is still sitting somewhere around 45%, and it's been on for 2 days already. And if I was to put it into essential mode right now, I'll get quite a few days left. Now, 30 days battery life is if you are in essential mode from the very get-go. Now, let me show you a little bit of some of the functions of this watch before we go back to some of the rest of the features. So when you go over into this watch, when you swipe over to the right hand side, this is where you're going to see all your different tiles. So I only have about 4 different tiles. It's the ones that I actually use. When you swipe over basically from the left side and you go into the right, then this one's going to be your assistant. When you swipe up, this would be your notifications. When you swipe down, this one is going to be your quick settings right here, also getting into the full setup of all the different settings. Now, this is where you can go through the display. You can change the different brightnesses, your sound, because it does have a speaker, which I am super glad that it has a speaker. The TicWatch S2 did not have that. Here's all your different gestures. So actually that was the connectivity. When you go into gestures, you can do the tilt to wake. You also have touch to wake and all the different wrist gestures, but I don't really use wrist gestures, so I have that one turned off. Now, anytime you're in any type of a screen, just swipe it from the left-hand side and it takes you back. So this is where you have your connectivity. This is where if you want to connect it through Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, as well as checking out your mobile if you have it connected through mobile as well with the 4G. Now down here, you can go through and let's say you go inside of general. This is where you can show the undot read. So if you need a dot, if there's anything that you didn't read yet, you can have auto launch of media controls. So if you're watching YouTube or listening to music, it'll have music controls on the screen, which is super cool. And you can see the image of what you're checking out as well. Now let's talk a little bit about these buttons. When you hit on the top button, this will take you into your applications. And I do have to say that going through the menu, hitting on all these different buttons, it is more fluid and it works way better than the TicWatch S2, because that one had less RAM. It was half of the RAM and it just seems slow and clunky. This one actually does a very fantastic job, and I'm not missing the Gear S3. So I have been using the Gear S3 for quite some time. I always use the Samsung watches. You know, I do miss the bezel that goes around here. I do kind of miss the wireless charging, but honestly, I don't miss the watch because everything else is being done with this one. So I am actually very pleased. Now, along with this top button, that one was for all your different applications. When you press on your bottom button, this one is going to get you into whatever function you want it to. So I have mine set up for all the different fitness and tracking. So if I want to go walk outside or do indoor running, cycling, also it does know if you're doing any of these automatically. So that's one of the features, is that if you're running, it's going to pick it up automatically. Now on the very top button, we already pressed it once, but if you press and hold, then this is going to be your assistant. You can ask it questions. Now I don't do the press and hold on the very top because I do have the assistant right there. I tap it once, and then what is the weather today?
Today in Shawnee, it'll be mostly sunny with a...
So I have the assistant that's already built into just the watch face itself, so I don't have to press and hold. Now, if you want to get into essential mode, you press and hold. So I already have it built into the watch face, so I don't have to use the top button. Now, if you press and hold on the bottom button, this will show you the SOS, your essential mode. You can restart, power off, and you can customize the function button. But I like the function button to be stayed, with the whole workout and fitness routines, just because that is something that I use all the time. Other than that, inside of here, what you'll use the most is probably going to be essential mode. Now, essential mode, it greatly extends your battery life. You have to press and hold on the power key until booting screen appears to quit. So if you would like to turn it off of the essential mode, you're basically pressing and holding the power to really just turn it off, and it turns right back on. So this is that essential mode. It has the essential stuff, the time, the date, your steps, which really I just walked downstairs and that was it. And then you also have your heartbeat if it was testing your heartbeat. And then this is your battery indicator. So the last I knew we're at about 44, 45%. So even though it only has 2 lines, I would still be able to get easily a full week, maybe 10 days. The max number of little battery dashes is going to be, I believe it's 5, which makes sense because we are under 50%. That's why it doesn't show 3, it shows the 2. So let's go over into a few more of the features that is on this watch. So checking out the information about getting it connected through Verizon is that it's fast, uninterrupted connectivity. You're able to check out and review your fitness and health data, check flights and more, and stream music, download applications, and it does have double the RAM as we mentioned from before. But down over here for the more specific Verizon type of information, you have an SOS feature with 911 auto dial, as well as location sharing. You have the phone-free cloud sync notifications, the data usage anywhere, the number sharing with your main cellular device, and standalone calls and text messages. So it has standalone calls and text messages. You can go away from your cell phone. You also have number sharing, which means it's the exact same number as your phone. So if you want it to ring both of your devices, you're able to have it that way. Now the rest of all the different features, we already talked about the cellular connectivity. The premium design, it's thinner, it's lighter, it has the military standard 810G, and so it has a stainless steel bezel. It's built to impress and last, and really it almost has the exact same build quality as the Gear S3 Frontier. To be completely honest, there's almost no differences. They almost weigh evenly about the same. Now for the IP68, which is dust proof, water resistant, you're able to have it, the rating is IP68, which is a rating for water and dust, so it supports swimming and also shallow water. So I would not take it to the beach, don't take it into the ocean. The salt water is going to hurt this watch, but swimming in swimming pools is perfectly fine. You also have payments through NFC, so you can use Google Pay. You have 2 days of battery life in smart mode, so I can get easily 2 or 3 days with mine, and then up to the 30 days, obviously, when you're inside of essential mode. You also have Tick Motion, which is the proactive motion tracking. So if you're running, if you're walking, whatever you're doing, it'll automatically be prompted to check out all the motion and start capturing all that data. You have 24-hour heart rate monitoring, as well as the Google Assistant, which we've already shown as well. Now, if you are looking for a smartwatch that's just a little bit less in price than the pretty big, massive $400 price point of the TicWatch Pro that is connected, even though right now the sale price does bring it down to $280, which is a very fantastic, really good price, you can look at the normal TicWatch Pro, the Bluetooth Wi-Fi version. It's pretty much almost the exact same watch, and you're getting it for $250. So if you're watching this video after the sales ended, you can definitely click on this one. Unless if you want to go for the whole bang for the buck, get everything that the Pro has along with being connected, then you can also check out the Mobboy website that's still listed below this video. Now, if you want one that's just a little bit cheaper, one that's actually really good when it comes down into swimming, one that's very lightweight, then you go for the TicWatch S2. They have black, they also have white. I used this one for a while. I'd have to say that using this watch, it was really nice, but I did miss my Gear S3. But using the Pro version, I did not miss, so far I don't miss the Gear S3 watch at all. So if you are looking for one that's a little bit cheaper in price, you got to remember you do pay for what you get. So it is at a price of $180, but that one's still really not that bad, and it's a little bit better better for waterproofing, so you can swim a lot longer and also deeper lengths or deeper depths. Now, for my true honest opinion about this watch, should you go out and should you buy this? So first off, I'd have to say, if you want a watch that is connected, definitely go for this, especially right now as the upload of this video. Get that sale, get that $120 off. $280 is the perfect price for this watch. Other than that, outside of that whole 24-hour time frame when the watch goes back up to $400, I would not do that watch. My honest opinion is just go for the Bluetooth Wi-Fi version. It's $250 on Amazon. Again, it's linked below the video inside the description. This is the watch out of all of them that I've tested and reviewed that I would really, truly, honestly use and love. I do love the essential mode. I love the way it looks. You know, it just kind of looks like the calculator face, you know, type look. It does have a very good contrast. It's used in any type of light, and mostly the whole time that I've been using this watch, a lot of the time it was actually in essential mode, other than the last couple days when I was using it in smart mode just to see how that battery life was. But really, I think my main default screen or layer of the watch I'll be using is essential mode. So yes, go out there, get this watch. This thing is actually super amazing. And at the price of $250 for the Bluetooth version, it's super sick. The better, you know, deal that you're going to get right now is the connected version right now for $280. But other than that, I hope you guys have liked this video. If you guys did, please give this thing a huge thumbs up. Also, don't forget to hit on subscribe. You can subscribe at that very bottom little red circle on the very bottom left hand side. Other than that, I'll see you guys later.